brows using only 3 products.
Step 1. Choose your weapon. I'm using this brow pencil from Benefit.
Begin to fill in your brows. It's okay if they look uneven and sort of hideous, and we'll clean it up shortly. Step 2. Apply some foundation or concealer to an angled eye brush similar to this one. And we are going to carefully run that underneath the brow to start cleaning it up. And also clean up the top half of the brow. Step 3, run a brow gel through your hairs to keep them in place. Now you can slay all day, every day.
A lot of you are wondering, what is this little sponge that I use to do my freckles? I'm going to show you right now. It's an instant brush cleaner, you guys. Look at this. Oh my, it looks like this, but you know what's even cheap? Kitchen sponges from Walmart. Super, super cheap. Way cheaper than...
Apparently this is Beyonce's makeup artist foundation routine, so I had to try it. So I'm applying some cream contour basically everywhere you'd normally contour, but I'm doing it before I apply any other sort of makeup and just really blend that out. You're going to look crazy still, but it'll be okay in the end. Next I'm taking some concealer and applying that onto everywhere I'd normally highlight on my face. Then take a tiny blob of foundation and apply this everywhere where you haven't already applied makeup to, and just blend it in with the other colours, make sure there's no harsh lines. Take a translucent powder and then apply that onto everywhere except for where you contoured. Leave it for a few minutes. When you take it off, you need to tap it into the skin rather than swipe it. Put plenty of spray on because you put a lot of powder on there, and then that's basically it, and I'm shook with how nice my skin looks. I'll never do my foundation another way again.
Makeup tricks I learned while working at Sephora, part 7. Oh my god. How to cover up your under eyes, coming right up. Thank you for all the requests. If you've got dark circles and nothing seems to work, you need to ditch that lighter concealer. I hate to say it. Orange corrector is not gonna work if you're layering a super light concealer on top of it, so here's how. First thing you gotta remember, it's not just about what you use, it's also about where you're using it. I'm going in with a little bit of peach concealer or corrector. Right in the inner corners, right here is where we all keep a lot of our darkness. This should be something that dries matte. Next I'm gonna go in with a concealer that is similar to my skin tone, but a little bit peachier, and just dot it around like that. Now blend it out with either a brush or your finger. Stipple it on, and blend. Always apply it lower down and blend it upwards. Go in with a thicker concealer, maybe 1 or 2 shades lighter, no more. Blend, and
Can't get that last little bit of makeup out of the bottom of that container? Just wait. Don't throw it out. Find a sharp little tool, run it across the edges, pop open the back. You'd be surprised by how much is still in there.
I am literally stocking up on this because I have never in my life experienced something that actually blurs everything on your freaking face. Like, where is my nose? I didn't wear any makeup today. I only wore this. No joke.
If you're anything like me, you've been wearing the same 2 foundations for the last, I don't know, 4 years, and every time you go into the drugstore, you never know what shade to buy and you can't swatch shit. I have an amazing hack for you. Alright, go to foundation.com, then type in the foundations that you use, hit find matches. Look at that. It gives you a bunch of different recommendations that would fit those foundations that you put in. Super cool. There's even some like higher end makeup or like different foundations. There's MAC. It even gives you recommendation for powdered foundations and then for concealers as well. Let me know if this was helpful. I barely found out about this website like a week ago.
I'm going to show you how to cover up a pimple that's trying to take over your entire face. Before we begin, yes, it is a pimple. It is not a cold sore. Thank you so much in the comments. So first, take your foundation and start packing it on. I mean, like, pack it with your finger. Then you can kind of blend out the edges. Then take some loose powder on a beauty blender and really pack it on top, just on where the pimple is. Okay, dust it off. Layer 1 is now complete. Think of this like spackling. Go in with the second layer of your foundation, really packing it on. Same thing, blend out the edges, and set again. Now taking as concealer the same shade as your skin tone, do the same thing. Try and be really concentrated on top of that pimple. And of course, set again. And there you have it. It's covered up. Well, as covered up as it's gonna get. Now do the rest of your makeup so you don't look so crazy. Okay, bye.
So I'm going to show you guys a trick. We all know that most setting sprays spray out pretty crappy. So you're going to buy a mister on Amazon. They're about $11. Fill it up. It usually comes with a little bottle, so it's easier for you to fill up. And then, voila! The perfect face mister.
3 top beauty tips. I love to tan my face so that I get a really nice bronzy complexion under my makeup. I love to put a darker liner around my lips and a lighter color in the center to make them look bigger. And eyelash extensions always.
Sis, I'm about to change your whole life. So instead of putting concealer and bronzer on after your foundation, we're gonna do it before. The key is to use a concealer that is much lighter than you would typically use. Now you're gonna take your beauty blender, and I like to use something to wet it. I don't use water. I like to use the Dewy Set Spray by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and we're gonna... I'm dramatic, I know. You're going to look like you just dumped your face in a bag of flour. That's okay. Now you're going to take a liquid bronzer shade that is much darker than you would typically use. At this point, you're probably gonna scare yourself a little bit, but that's also okay. At this point, you should definitely be questioning me. But wait. Put your foundation on like you would normally do. This is what it looks like after foundation is on.
Oh, hi. Do you have a face full of acne and you just can't seem to figure out how to cover it up? Watch this. I've been able to trick people into thinking I have no acne at all with these 3 products. First, Exuviance Radiance Serum. This stuff is sticky as hell, and that's what you need for your foundation to stick. Next, Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This stuff is the bomb. And third, the NARS Matte Concealer and a concealer brush. Now watch this. Apply the serum, apply the primer. Take your concealer brush with the concealer and cover up all the acne. Now, this might just be the most important part. Once you have the concealer on, don't touch it, don't blend it, leave it alone for 2 minutes and then apply your foundation. And here's the final look. Oh, I'm sorry, what? What acne? I can't, what?
I'm about to show you how you could apply your false lashes in less than 10 seconds. First thing you want to do is get your lash glue. Get a lash glue that has a tip kind of similar to a liquid liner, like this. Then you want to get your mirror, tilt your head back. Then you want to apply the glue as close as possible to your lash line, just like you apply liquid liner. Now once you're done, get your lashes, girl. Then I get my lashes with my lash tweezers. I mean, if you go like that, you can use your hands, but I like to use these. Then take your lashes, plop those babies on. You don't even have to wait for the glue to dry. Then I just squeeze my lashes with the false lashes, so you know, no glue's showing through. Add some mascara.
How to make your lips look bigger naturally. Get a nude lip liner darker than your skin tone. Overline your lips and shade them in. Then take a paper towel and put it through the middle of your lips to wipe off the excess. Put on chapstick everywhere to blend in the
Eyeshadow hack time. Want to learn how to make any color base for any eyeshadow look you're doing? Keep on watching. You're gonna need 2 things. Of course, your eyeshadow primer. Make sure it's white or light cream, and your eyeshadows. Let's go. You're gonna grab your eye primer. 1 little dot in there. Saturate your finger in whatever eyeshadow you're using. I'm gonna be using this blue right here. Saturate it. Saturate it, okay? Y'all ready? Look at that. Any color you want. And there you have it. So you don't have to buy every different color bases. You could create your own. You're welcome.
You're doing your concealer completely wrong. I'm sure you've seen people do this all over social media and it's completely incorrect. It does nothing for your face and it highlights in all the wrong spots. Try doing this instead. Do this shape instead. Doing it like this is actually going to lift your eye and highlight the parts of your face that need to be highlighted, not this, whatever that is. Let me blend it out and show you what I mean. Okay, it's all blended out, and as you can see, this side here, the eye is much more lifted and the face just is more proportionate, whereas this side, you're real heavy on the cheek. Like right here, the highlight's there, which that's where your eye goes to. This is very smooth and in one direction. Try this next time you do it. Your favorite foundation doesn't have enough coverage? I'm gonna show you how to fix that. I learned this trick from another artist while I was working backstage. This one's so quick and easy that I guarantee you'll be doing it all the time. What you're gonna wanna do is take a few pumps of your foundation on a palette or the back of your hand, up to you, your preference, not mine. Then take a loose, transparent or translucent powder, nothing colored. Mix it together with a brush, spatula, whatever you have, and then put it on your face and look how much more coverage there is. I guarantee you this one works.
This is one way how I do my brows. I'm gonna start in this area and just create a line, just like that. And then I'm gonna do the same on the top. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that line and meet it to the bottom. I'm gonna fill in the whole brow. I'm working it with whatever's left on. Brush it with the spoolie. Clean it with concealer.
Do you have issues with your lashes sticking down? Okay. So, one of the main reasons this happens is because you're not breaking the band. What I mean by that is you're not taking the lash out fresh out of the pack and then bending the lash and actually breaking the band so it's more malleable. Then what you need to do is trim your lashes if you need to. Not everyone has to, but some people do. So if you need to trim them, trim them. Using whatever glue you like, your favorite, doesn't have to be any specific brand, put on a layer and let it dry almost completely. Once it's nearly completely dry, put on a second layer of glue. Yep, 2. Wait for that to become tacky, usually around 30 seconds, then put it on. The extra layer of glue is really going to help reinforce the stickiness of it, and it's going to keep your lashes on all day.
I'm going to show you this life-changing facelift concealer hack. This is how I used to do my concealer, triangle under the eye. It's a very bright, very dramatic concealer everywhere. With this technique, you strategically place it on the inner and outer corner of the eye going upwards, and this will lift the face. If you have dark circles, just use a color corrector before your concealer. This uses less product, so it looks more natural, but you can use it for everyday or dramatic looks. I always set my concealer with a powder just to make sure that nothing creases. This is literally a facelift without the surgery, and your face will be snatched.